Emperor's New Clothes. It's a very short tale story by Hans Christian Andersen, and it's about an emperor who is very fond of his beautiful new clothes. He doesn't care about anything else in his country but his new clothes, and he has a different outfit for every hour of the day. Inside this story, what we're going to look at is inside the palace, what happened. Next, in the loom room, and outside the palace, then the morals of the story. Inside the palace, we have the emperor who is the president of his country living with his wife. But he is looking for his newest, most beautiful, impressive robe to wear for an upcoming event. His wife was never happy. She was disgusted because this man, who is the leader of his people, his country, never cares about the country, how to rule his land. He never cares about the army. He never cares about the welfare of his people. All he cares about is his new clothes for the upcoming event. And each hour he needs to change his clothes. And each clothes must be different from the previous one. The wife said, I must do something so that he will learn his mistakes before it's too late. So she went out and met with two young girls, discussed with them that they should pretend as if they are weavers. And things are so hard in this country that the weavers also call themselves, they are sweetlers, dishonest, they are not truthful, and they weren't weavers at all. But they pretended as if they know how to weave clothes. They came to the palace, met with the chief officers, and then they let them in, introduced themselves, and then they took them to the emperor. He was sitting in his chair, happy as the weavers boast about their clothes that they sew, that is one of the most beautiful clothes and colored in patterns. And they said, you know what? Our clothing is very different from anything else you know of. Our clothing is invisible, that anyone who is either a simpleton or who is unfit for his position will not see it. The emperor was enthusiastic of his new clothes and the descriptions that the weavers have done. And he told them, you must make me one immediately. And he took out a bag of money and gave it to the weavers. And called for the chief officers and told them to prepare a big room for the sweetlers so that they could occupy in order for him to be able to monitor as they sew his new clothes. Inside the loom, these sweetlers were so happy, joyfully having a bag of money, pretend as if they know how to sew in the loom. And so they went there. The emperor was so curious after some days have passed, weeks have passed, and asked one of his officers because he was scared to go there. Because they said anybody who is able to see the material, to see the clothes, you are a simpleton, meaning you are not fit for your position. So what he did was to call his officials and say, go and monitor and see how this sewing is going on. And so one of the first official, this is somebody that he so much trust, and he knew that he knows his job very well and is fit for his position. So this minister went, and to his dismay, when he entered the loom, there was nothing on the table at all. But what will he say? If he says he's not seen anything, then it means he's a simpleton. He's not fit for his position. So he said, and one of the weavers asked him, isn't this magnificent? He said, wow, it's fabulous, it's nice. But to himself he said, am I a simpleton? Does this mean that I am not fit for my position? No! Even if So he pretended that everything is okay and came to the emperor and told him, the clothes is marvelous. So the emperor was happy. And later on, he asked again the second and third officers to go and monitor the sewing. They also went, but the same thing happened. But each one, as they come out, being that they don't want to be called a simpleton or unfit for their position or to say that they are stupid, they all claim that the clothes was nice. And finally, the emperor decided to go to the loom himself. He went there and they looked at the loom, but he couldn't find it. And one of the weavers said, "Isn't this absolutely magnificent? Am I a simpleton? Am I unfit to be an emperor? That would be horrible! Oh, I love what you have made! The fabric is nice! The suit is absolutely fabulous!" said the emperor to the weavers. He pretends to see the suit so that no one will know that he was a simpleton unfit to be an emperor. He decided to wear the suit for the upcoming event. And outside the palace, the emperor went again, this time to be dressed up. And then the weavers came. "Sir, come and try it on." So they asked him to take off what he was putting on. And then he took off his nicest robe that was on. They wear the robes on him. And the other one came and said, "Sir, look at the trousers." And they put everything on him. And so, but to himself, he is seeing himself being naked, exposed, not putting on clothes. But then, how could he admit this? So it was time for the procession, the parade to take on, and he has to lead. And as they were going, because the news has spread to the whole country that the emperor's new clothes is the most magnificent, most colorful, most beautiful, most impressive that you can even see yourself. As they process, everybody was praising the emperor's new clothes. But then a voice from the background just rang out. "Oh! The emperor has nothing on at all!" "Listen to the voice of an innocent child!" exclaimed the child's father. And then the people all started repeating, "The emperor has nothing on at all!" He became very furious and upset because he knew he was naked, but he had to let the procession going on. He knew the child was saying the right thing. And then he went back to his palace. Now, never believe something that is too good to be true. Think twice before you act. Sometimes, innocent child can see things more clearly than adults. Don't assume that others are right, simply be. And be honest and responsible. See how the emperor went out. He was naked.